Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. Arlecchino was not the friendliest person around, especially when you were involved. No one could make you upset on her watch. No one could hurt you, and no one should dare even try, because she was not merciful at all. She was not someone who would be forgiving, and if someone had tried to mess with what she considered hers, well, it is needless to say that she would take very ruthless actions. She doesn't want to, of course. Not that she's against violence, but she does not wasting her time on unnecessary people. But anyone who bothers you bothers her as well. And of course, someone who endangers you is even worse. After all, there's a difference between the two, and Arlecchino considered the latter a lot worse. And that's why, when she saw that you were going to a club with your friends, she asked you if she could go. Well, she would have anyway, whether or not you agreed. Letting you make the call always felt better, just so you could feel like you have some sort of control over the matter. And so, once you were inside the club, she sat away from you, letting you be comfortable, just keeping her watchful eyes on things to see if there was any problems that would arise. And it just so happened that things were rather weird when you went to get a drink. The way that the bartender was eyeing you was rather strange, and considering the fact that there was someone whispering in his ear and slipping him some money, it seemed like something was up. Something needed to be done, and something was very, very wrong. But Arlecchino decided to be patient and keep watch to see what was actually happening. A little bit of curiosity in her mind. But soon, she saw what was truly going on as he added a different substance to your drink that he should not have added at all, and she frowned. She waited for a couple of moments, seeing if he will notice anything at all, but he did not. And just as you were going to drink it, she walked up to you, calling out your name. Wyan, sweetheart, why don't you go sit with your friends for a moment and give me that drink? I will get you another soon. You looked a little bit weirded out, but he nodded, kissing your cheek. All right, Arlie, if you insist, you say, leaving her be and going back to your seat, talking with your friends and already losing interest in whatever it was that was going there. You really did not think anything was happening. You had no clue at all, which only showed Arlecchino just how much you needed her protection, how innocent you were, and why she needed to be there for you. She leaned on the counter, smiling menacingly. Now, what did you put in? I don't understand what you mean. I just put what she asked me. Oh? Just what she wanted? Then I suppose there won't be any trouble if you taste it for me, right? I can't drink on the job, but I'm sure you can take a sip or two. Can you not? Miss, just leave me alone, he said, but she chuckled, grabbing him by the chin, forcing the drink down his throat. You see, you follow my orders. What I say goes, and right now, I want to see what you put in her drink. Now swallow it. Go on. I won't be so patient. And he does. There are tears in his eyes, and you haven't picked up on what was going on. Nobody dared intervene, not with the fierce aura that Arlecchino radiated. Nobody knew she was a harbinger. They only saw her vision, and that was more than enough to make people stay far away, even fellow vision holders. The guy soon began to feel dizzy and collapsed on the ground as she shook her head, frowning, before taking his hand, twisting it until it broke. That's a little surprise for you when you wake up. Now, I just saw you, she says, gesturing at another man, frowning. You gave him some money, didn't you? And then he was supposed to put something in her drink for you. She smiled again, and the guy shivered, trying to back away, before she immediately sprinted towards him, her hand wrapping around his neck. I won't resort to much violence, if only because she's here. But if there is ever a similar incident, I promise I'll make sure you do not breathe again, she said, as the guy begged and cried, telling her he will never do anything like that again. People were beginning to gather now, and some of your friends noticed, telling you to look at the scene. Needless to say, you were rather worried, sprinting towards her and telling her to just put him down. Arlecchino sighed, kissing your cheek gently. Sorry, darling, I got carried away. Now go, have fun. There won't be any more trouble, will there? The man shook his head, immediately running away, as Arlecchino chuckled herself. She knew he would not have long to live. After all, she made no promises. It was his fault he trusted her, because 2 days later, he was captured and brought to the Fatui headquarters. She was going to have her time with him to teach him a lesson that he will not forget. And maybe, if he comes out of it alive, then he will have a chance to be a decent person. If not, then it would be just an accident, a mistake, something you will never know about. But she would be satisfied, and the rage within her heart, that fire in her chest, will finally be put to an end. Because she did not want to store all that rage within her. She had to get it out somehow. And maybe that was the only way she knew how.